gonna bring forth his wickedness. Say, though he humbled himself, seem like he's all cool, humbling himself before you, and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass. Look, see right through him. And thou shalt know that his rust or his wickedness has not been altogether wiped away. Let you know. It's instructions. See, they can't give you the instruction of righteousness and tell you to avoid them and never trust them. They can't give you this, can they? No. That's why they probably took the apocrypha out of the Bible. But it's in the King James 6:11 Bible. Just what I'm reading. Say, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Let you know, hey, sit him by you, gonna try and infiltrate you, take over. Cause something to come in to be able to, dismantle whatever it is that we have in righteousness. Straight up. We cannot allow this to go down. I mean, we just got to follow the way the Most High is giving us the instructions to follow. Because if you do opposite, then you sinning. Don't you realize that? It's instructions for us how to live. Going back to Psalms 50th chapter, verse 20. Thou sittest and speaketh against thy brother. Hear that? Thou sittest and speaketh against thy brother. How many councils are they having, the United Nations or wherever they having them at, against his brother, Jacob, Esau and Jacob? Genesis 25:25 and 26. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, Jacob, the Israelites. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Brothers. This is what they have done. Slandering us. That's why I say, we ain't gonna be no reproach no more. We ain't gonna be disgraced no more. If we follow these orders, his rules and regulations, the Most High's rules and regulations, that we can see the kingdom that's prepared for us already. But certain things gotta go down. It is going down because of the reason that we see in this Bible. It's all here. He said, these things hast thou done. Most I say, these things you have done, and I kept silent. So he done all the things that they've done. The Most High said, I kept silence. Thou thought that I was altogether such as one as thyself. You can't tell me that they ain't think that the Most High was one just like themselves. They done put this lie up. And now they really believe it. They believe it. You cannot tell me that they don't think that the Most High and the Mashiach is one like themselves. There it is right there. In your face. That lie. Those lies. Listen. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. This is what you see it right now. The Most High is setting us in order before their eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. So, any of y'all want to forget the Most High? Because like I say, man, I have a problem because I don't hear nobody claiming the Most High for whatever it is going on right now. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, you give them no credence or nothing. No earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tidal waves, coronavirus, you name it. The Most High is not involved in it at all in this world. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Hear what he said? Tear you in pieces. That's the power of this Bible. The most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes here, he said, now consider this. Hear what I said? The Most High said. You that forget the Most High? You want to forget the Most High? Lest I tear you in pieces. That's the result, what he said he's going to do. Now they remember the Most High? This is the last days right now. They remember the Most High? Listen to your media. Listen to whatever. See if you hear the Most High in this. No. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. It's real, y'all. Most High ain't playing. He gonna get him a name. I bet you everybody gonna be talking about Most High God, Most High God. They're gonna be crying his name out, whether they know his name or not. They're gonna be asking what his name is. But look, go to because it's got to be a judgment. The judgment is coming. See, the things that we see now is happening. Go to Matthew the 24th chapter, and verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, Matthew 24:7, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's war. And there shall be famines, food shortages coming, y'all, and pestilence, diseases, like this coronavirus, as they claim it, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, wickedness shall abound in this world, evil and sins. That's why the Most High say he's going to visit the sins of Esau, of the Edom, of the Edomites, since they rule in the world. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. He that the love of many going to wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So let's look at a prophecy of what we could be going ready to go into right now. In 2nd Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15. And Salakia. (14). 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe, mean destruction, to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth not. The sword, my sword is the guns. And destruction draweth near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another. Hear that? One people gonna stand up to fight against another. And swords in their hands. Mind their swords, guns. For there shall be sedition, uproars, rioting among men, and invading one another. I mean, they will be coming into your house, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Nobody in charge is going to be respected. From the president on down to the police officers. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to be doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. A man shall desire to go into a city. You desire to go into a city. And shall not be able. You ain't going to be able to go from city to city. No matter what city you're in, you're going to be able to travel from city to city. Right now, they telling you stay in the house. And when you're driving out, they say you got to have a note from your job to say that you're going to work. Or where you going. You're going to be able to go from city to city. You know, you want to go to the store that's in another city, you're going to be able to go. Or visit someone in another city, you ain't going to be able to go. Martial law, right here. Martial law. Racial wars we just read about. Now martial law. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. Hear that? The house is going to be destroyed. And men shall be afraid. Men going to be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Hear that? A man not going to have no pity on his neighbor. But shall destroy their houses with the sword. Coming up in your houses with guns. You ready for this? They are. Whoever it is going to do it, they ready. They prepared. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Take everything you have. Why? Because of the lack of bread. Man, a loaf of bread costs $1, pretty much. Ain't gonna be no bread, ain't gonna be no food. Once them trucks start running, forget it. Because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Tell you, every man's hand gonna be against his neighbor. One people shall stand up to fight against another. One people gonna fight against another. Racial wars, man. Every man's hand against his neighbor. Fighting. Throwing down. When it's going down. Throwing down like it's going down. For real, for real. That's what we're looking at right now. Why they bringing the military, tanks and so forth, into the hood. Hummers and so forth. That's what we're looking at. So let's look at and through all this, we got to be saved. But not the salvation that they teach you in the church. But this salvation in Luke 1:68. Blessed be the most high power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. He's the only one that's going to redeem us as the children of Israel. He hath visited and redeemed his people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and have raised up an horn or power. Horn means power of salvation. That's power from authority for us in the house of his servant David, of Mashiach Yahushua, coming from the tribe of Judah. Hebrews 7:14, for it is evident that our power sprang out of Judah, of Mashiach Yahushua, Jacob's fourthborn son, through that lineage, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Hear that? That's why you got to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Well, I just told us, never trust thine enemy. We're sold to our enemies. He said, never trust thine enemy. And we got to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant. We know the covenant was given to who? Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. That's what we got to be saved from. The enemies and all that hate us. Just like they hate the Most High. They the enemies of the Most High in Psalms 83rd chapter. But he says nations. He's going to nations. So look at, go back to 2nd Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee. Hear that? Do you hear what he said? I will send plagues upon thee. Widowhood. Widowhood means you're going to kill the men. The women that's married to men, you say you're going to kill them. Say widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. That's these diseases, these viruses and so forth. To waste thy houses with destruction and death. That's serious. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Hear that? This judgment. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Most High? He said, would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Most High? If thou hast not always slain my chosen. Hear what he said. If you had not always slain or killed his chosen people, we the 12 tribes of Israel, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead when thou was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, and beat us to half to death, and killed us to some extent. And we all beat up from the way we actually look. And then stand over, like I say, stand over our dead bodies and say, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Let me see how handsome, let me see how beautiful you are now. Men and women and children. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense, or payback. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Most High, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall to the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. This judgment. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger. They got all their little bunkers in the mountains and so forth. So they're going to die of hunger and eat their own flesh. They're going to be eating each other. Like I said, they ate us, right? They're going to start eating each other. And drink their own blood. Go drink their own blood for hunger and thirst. For very hunger of bread. See? You just said, for the lack of bread. Lack of food. For the lack of bread. Lack of food. And thirst of water. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea. Try and go out and sea, try and sail somewhere, and receive plagues again. Hear what he said? Gonna bring the plagues on the ships. Gonna see plagues again. And in the passage they shall rush on the idol city, and shall destroy some portion of thy land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. America that's destroyed, and thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble. And they shall be unto thee as fire. Now you know that's dealing with. Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look what thou hast. They shall spoil it, and mar the beauty of thy face. You hear that? So they saying, hey, what they say in verse 54, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Once they kill us and get drunk. Listen to verse 53 and 54. If thou hast not always slain, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Let me see how beautiful you are now. Let me see how handsome you are now. What the Most High says, 63. Thy children shall they carry away captives, and look what has what and look what thou hast. They shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face. Hear that? Whatever you have is going to be taken and mar the beauty of thy face. So that's the judgment. You know, you look at they're getting what? $2 trillion? And we can't even get a dime for free labor and slavery. Nothing. But you get $2 trillion for this bailout. You can't give us 1 penny for free labor for our ancestors. That's why it tells you in Wisdom Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted him. Get drunk and go, get drunk and killed us. And when you get drunk, say, hey, let's show forth the beauty of your countenance. See how beautiful you are now. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Come on. 400 years of slavery, made no account of his labors. We ain't get nothing. And you still didn't get $2 trillion to everyone. When they see it, when they see a righteous man standing in great boldness in the face of such have afflicted him and made no account of his labors, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Shall be amazed at the strangeness of the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you. Salvation, powers and authority coming into this earth. So far beyond all they look for. Hear that? So far beyond all they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves. It's the future. The Most High letting us know what they gonna say. This was he. Could have been him. Whom we had sometimes in derision and the proverb of reproach. Man, ain't gonna be no more reproach. Ain't gonna be no more disgracing us. Say it's over. They're gonna say, hey, you know that they had us in a disgraceful type of way and a proverb of reproach. You know, calling us all these different names and so forth that I don't even care to speak on. Because it's demeaning us. All the way to a color black. Look it up in the dictionary, black. We fools account this life madness. And its end to be without honor. They say, hey, we count this, they out there hollering and screaming at people, we ain't never paying attention to them. They mad. Madness. And it counted our end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. They screaming it. It's an exclamation point. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. They screaming it out. Because they angry in the spirit. They're angry in the spirit. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. Hear what it say? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. That's what Moses say. What you doing? You know, let my statutes come out of your mouth. In my covenant. When I gave it to the 12 tribes of Israel. We the children of Israel. Hear the word of the Most High. How is he numbered among the children of Most High? And his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. And Mashiach Shai to let you know. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Psalms 119, that was St. John 14:6. Psalms 119, 142. Say they've erred from the way of truth, right? They ain't want instruction. In righteousness, which is the laws of the Most High. So they saying they erred in the way of truth. What's the truth? Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So they erred in the way of keeping the laws of the Most High. They erred in showing the people how to be righteous by keeping the laws of the Most High, according to this Bible. What they say? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth and the light of righteousness. See, we know that light represents the law too. Proverbs 6:23. And righteousness represents the laws of the Most High. We went there in Deuteronomy 6:25. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. See? So you look at these words, you precept them, you get to understand what they're saying, what they're going to be saying. This is the future when salvation is coming to the 12 tribes of Israel. Was it Solomon 5:6? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. They erred from the way of following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Why? He said, why? What do you mean? Putting my statutes in your mouth and my claiming my covenant that I gave to my children, my chosen, the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. Must say the 12 tribes of Israel, because nobody identified with the 12 tribes of Israel. They might say the Jews or Jewish or whatever. Nobody identifies with the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Most High going to have 12 tribes set up, 144,000, 12,000 of each of the tribes when you read Revelation 7 and 4 down to make up the 144,000. Ask people to name the 12 tribes. They can't even name the 12 tribes, but they call themselves the Israelites. I don't call themselves Israel. They call themselves Jewish. You know, and other ones that's, call themselves following Christianity, they just say they what? Gentiles grafted in. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth and the light, which we done read. The light is what? The law of righteousness. We done seen the righteousness is what? The laws of the Most High too. Have not shined unto us. So no matter how much you're going to try to teach them, this is what they're saying in the end. They will be amazed, the strangeness of our salvation. Power, rulership, and authority is salvation, brothers and sisters. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. So we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. You know? That's what the Most High say. He's going to visit their sins. We're not going to captivity no more. He's going to visit the sins of Edom, because Edom is going to be ruling in the end of the world. 2 Ezra 6 and 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So it says, we wearied ourselves, verse 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai, we have not known it. That's from this time to the time that salvation is coming to the 12 tribes of Israel. Righteousness is going to be set up on this earth. They're going to say what you just heard. We have not known it. Say, I mean, it's all here together. Look at Revelations 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Come tell us, come up hither. Chariots coming to get us. They're going to say, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. We know the clouds are the chariots of the Most High. Psalms 104 and 3, remember? The chariots coming to get us. That's why we sung the song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming forward to carry me home. Here it is. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot. IFO, identified flying objects. Now, no unidentified flying object, UFO, but identified flying objects. We identify them right here. And their enemies beheld them. He would have said, our enemies beheld us. Our enemies beheld us. They see us. And that's what they're going to be saying, what we just went over in Wisdom of Solomon 5, 1 down. That's the end result. That's what they're going to say. As they behold us. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted, scared, and gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. You hear that? We're going to give glory to the Most High. Hallelujah, 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 to the Most High. Still scared. When you see this earthquake, tearing everything up, 10th part of the city going to fall. It's judgment. It's real, people. That goes right along with 1 Thessalonians 4:16. First Thessalonians 4:16. For the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua himself, Mashiach Yahushua is coming to judge and make war, shall descend from heaven with a shout. That's why they say he's going to descend, right? Because when you look at Acts 1 and 9, Mashiach Yahushua died, rose the third day, walked the earth for 40 days. Then this happened. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Now we know that cloud is a chariot of the Most High, an IFO. And while they looked steadfast toward heaven, as he went up, behold, two men, these are two angels, stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? Why you standing up looking up in the sky? The same of Mashiach Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, they seen him ascend up, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. That's why he said in Revelation 1 and 7. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. There those clouds, them chariots of the Most High, them what they call flying saucers, them IFOs, identified flying objects, as we see in here. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Everybody gonna see him. Don't worry about nobody saying he's over here, he's over there. Every eye gonna see him. And they also which pierced him. Who is that? Them Romans, them Edomite Romans. Edom, Rome. They're the ones that pierced him. The so-called Italian Caucasian soldiers. They're the ones that killed him. It's amazing how people can really look at believing in him, and nobody ever talk about who killed him, who actually killed him. So-called white people, so-called white men. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. He said, they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Listen. What do you call them? Psalms 22:16. Psalm 22:6. For dogs, he called them dogs, have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They, who are the dogs, who are the wicked, pierce my hands and my feet. That's what he's saying. That's what Mashiach Yahushua is saying. Verse 20 he said, deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog. Look, dog, when you read the Unger Bible Dictionary, I can't bring it out enough because the new Unger's Bible Dictionary says dog. Let's look it up. We didn't write it. I didn't write it. I'm just giving you edification. Dog. It says in the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons. It was used by the Jews respecting the Gentiles. So we know profane persons, right? We can go to the Hebrews. Go to Hebrews. Profane persons, it says. Let's go to Hebrews 12 and 16. See, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Identifying who this profane person is, Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Right? So let's see what it says. Dog, this is in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary. In the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons. We just read about Esau. It says profane person or profane person as Esau. It says in Hebrews 12:16. In the East, dog is used. This is the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, the definition of dog. In the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons and was used by the Jews respecting the Gentiles. Verse number 5, it says, those who are shut out of the kingdom of heaven are also called dogs on account of their vileness, probably a reference to homosexuality. Wow. That's what they say. I didn't write it, but that's what they say. So now when you look at Revelations 22 and 15, but without the kingdom are dogs. Remember what he said in Proverbs 22 and 16? So you get understanding to the precepts. And there's a reason why. And it's a way that they can be saved. And we can see that. Psalms 22 and 16. For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. What they did. The Roman soldiers. So-called white man killed a Mashiach Yahushua. He called them dogs, right? We got the definitions of who's without the kingdom. Verse 15 of Revelation 22nd chapter. For without the kingdom are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So all these liars, they lie from the womb. They're not gonna be in the kingdom. They're gonna be outside the kingdom. Without, it says, gonna be dogs. They have done abominable things. That's why the Most High told us, hey, look, go to Ezekiel 7 and 24. He told us this. As the Israelites, we should have known better. He said, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. He just said, I'll bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. So he said he'll bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess our houses. This is what has happened to us, Israel. Yasharallah. Go to Song of Three Holy Children, verse 9, in the Apocrypha. And it says, it reads, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. Woo. The most wicked in all the world. So when you look at this, it says, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. He said he's going to bring the worst of the heathen. Now he said they're the most wicked in all the world. That's when you read the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, the definition of Edom. This is from them. This is not something I wrote. or any of us wrote as Israelites. This is from them. It says, this is from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom, or Edomites. It says, the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. Give scriptures. See notably Isaiah 34 and 5 and 6. In Isaiah 63:1, it says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. So, looking at these scriptures that they're given, now we just going by what Esau's given us to look at. Let's go to Isaiah 34 and 5. Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, for my sword, shall be bathed in heaven. It shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. It says, it shall come down upon Idumea. Let's look at that word Idumea. I just happen to have it in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Idumea, it says, pertaining to Edom, Greek and Roman name for Edom. So it's talking about the Edomites. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the Edomites, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the people of the Most High is cursed to judgment. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and of goats, with the fat of kidney of rams. For the Most High hath to sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Among them, it's saying. So, this is what we're looking at. Let's look at it. They gave Isaiah 63 and 1. Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? Basra is the capital city of Edom. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So, who is this? Let's find out. They speaking in righteousness. Let's find out who that is. Go to, hold that, get Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. That's pure righteous power. And he that sat upon it was called faithful and true. And in righteousness, we know that righteousness is defined in Deuteronomy 6:25. By keeping the laws of the Most High. So by the laws of the Most High, he does judge and make war. So this is what we're talking about. Righteousness, what it says, Isaiah 63 and 1, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Righteousness, those that are following the laws of the Most High, to save those that's following the righteousness of the Most High, which is keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Answer the question. Let's continue to read down. Wherefore art